the concept of position. The position of a point is determined by its distance and direction from other points. So when you want to determine the position of a point, you have to do it in reference from another point. So for instance, using the whiteboard as our reference, you could say the teacher is close to the whiteboard. But if I am far away from the whiteboard, then you could say, using the whiteboard as the reference point, you could say the teacher is far from the whiteboard. So we use the board as our reference point. So the position of any object can be determined by using a reference point. Now, in physics, the reference point that we use is called an origin. How do we come about an origin? What we do first of all is to locate two lines. So we can see here two lines. This line is the vertical line, and here is the horizontal line. Where they meet is usually called the origin. The origin. Okay, so we can determine the position of any object from a reference point. An example, if we were given the coordinates of a car as 5 and 3, 5 and 3, coordinate 5 and 3, it means the position of the car is 5 units on the x-axis. 5 units on the x-axis. Okay? Five units on the x-axis and 3 units on the y-axis. So when 5 and 3 meet, then it means that we can locate the position of the car as being at this point. Okay, now we could have another information given to us. If a car is 70 meters away from the origin, then we say the distance of the car is 70 meters away from the origin. Now, this information, the distance, is not enough. It is not a sufficient information to know the position of the car. So that is why it is important that you do not know only the distance of the car, you have to also have the direction of the car. So if we are told that a car is 70 meters away from the origin. Now, you can see 70 meters away from the origin. There's another possibility. There could be a 70 meters away from the origin. 70 meters away from the origin. So for us to tell exactly where the car is, we need the direction. So here, if we are told the car is 70 meters away from the origin, eastward, then we know that the direction of the car is eastward, 70 meters eastward. So these two informations help us to know the position of the car. So when you have the extra information telling you about the direction of the position of the car, then we call that displacement. Displacement is defined as distance traveled in a specified direction. So the displacement of the car is 70 meters eastward, north, east, south, and west. So if we are given that the car is 70 meters eastward, okay, so that would be the displacement of the car. Now, distance is only the measure from the origin to where the car is, but it does not tell us the direction. But when the distance is given and the direction is added to it, then we have what is called displacement. If you have an example that someone walked from the origin, he walked 500 meters, okay, and then walks back 300 meters. Then we are going to say the total distance that this fellow has walked is how much? 800 meters. So we'll say the distance is 800 meters. But if we are told that what is the displacement of this person, the displacement of this person means how far is this person from the origin where he started from. Okay, so the person walked 500 meters and then turned back and walked 300 meters. His displacement is just this distance. So his displacement is going to be what? 500 minus 300. His displacement will be 200 meters. The displacement is 500 minus 300 meters. So the displacement of this fellow will be 200 meters. The points to the right of our origin are always what? Positive points. So the points on the right, the points at the right side of O, the origin, are all what? Positive. Positive points. Now, the points that are to the left of the origin are referred to as negative points. So here we have negative. The points that are above the origin are referred to as positive points. So this is also. And the points below our origin are negative points. Now we come to the end of the concept of position.